Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So today's decoration is going to be a little something different and something that, this button being a pain, has been asked for a couple of times now. So I'm going to bend to the will of the public and I'm going to do a Game of Thrones week. And it works really well because this week doesn't have any footy. So it's even better. Does it not have any footy? No, it doesn't have any footy. I was just looking at that thinking, something's missing. But it's all good. So I'm just going to take those pages out. Try not to lose my little printable from last week or fold it in the wrong spot. Just put that down. My way around. So what we're going to do to start with is I've actually printed some, so I've downloaded this image off Google and I've just repeated it over and over and over again and made it as skinny as I want it. So it's basically at 1.5 centimeters. So all I'm going to do is just cut these out and just run them along the top and the bottom, and then going to add a little bit of something extra. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that and I'll be back in just a sec. So the reason I'm going to do it this weekend, this week, as opposed to the week after. So this week will be episode 9, will air today. In fact, it's probably already aired. But the reason I'm going to do it this week is I can enjoy the excitement of next week. Because next week's obviously episode 10, that's the season finale. But because it happens on Monday, I don't get as excited about it. So we're going to celebrate it for a whole week beforehand so that I'm all pumped up and ready on next Monday. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick all these down and I'll be back in just a sec. That's what it looks like when I've stuck all that down. Depending on how observant you are, you will notice that I have deliberately every single time started it on a different house's sigil. That's probably going a little too far, but I think it looks better that way, and it's not all with... Anyway, you get the point. So the little bit of extra I'm going to add is I'm going to put a little bit of thin silver washi tape on the bottom. This reminds me of snow, which reminds me of winter, which winter is coming, so therefore it all works really well. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this down too, and I'll be back in just a minute. That's what it looks like when it's all done. And I now have glitter washi tape all over my desk. Ah well. So the next thing I'm going to do is just going on to another sheet that I've printed out. I did try and find Game of Thrones stickers on Etsy and on eBay. The problem I had was that they were all kind of cartoons, which they were really pretty. They're just not my thing. They're just not what I wanted to do with this. I wanted this to be a really kind of not homage, that's not the right word, but kind of throw to the show, which is really dark. I wanted this to be a really dark kind of week, just to kind of bring that all together, but unfortunately I just couldn't find the right stickers, so I just went ahead and not made my own because these aren't mine, but just kind of improvised the same sort of way I did with my Winnie the Pooh one. I just kind of downloaded some stuff off Google. As long as you're using them for personal use and not selling them, I can't see any problem with that. If someone wants to correct me, they're more than welcome to. But that's just my sort of thinking, is that if you're gonna, as long as you're not using them to sell and you're just using them to decorate, I think that's okay. So all I'm doing is just cutting these shapes out reasonably carefully. The Game of Thrones is going to go on Monday, because duh. I'm not quite sure yet where I'm going to put the dragons. Had to have dragons. Like, come on, you can't have Game of Thrones and not have a dragon of some description. I'd love to know if you guys are Game of Thrones fans like me, who's your favourite character and who do you want to win? I'm torn at the moment. I really, really like the Stark, so I love Sansa and Jon, even though he's not a Stark. But well, hold on. Depends on how much you're into this. I don't think we should go any further than that. No spoilers. But I also really like Dany, but I don't like the way she's going this season. I feel like she's going a bit bad. Not really bad, but just a little bit bad. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that one down, and I'm going to put all my netball stickers in and write in all my little bits this week, and I'll be back in just a sec. All the little bits and pieces. The other thing I'm just going to put in here, usually I put the NEFL on a separate sheet of paper. I'm not going to do that this week because there is no AFL game in Queensland, so therefore I don't necessarily need to write anything here. So I'm actually going to write this in its place. I'm not going, but well, I may go depending on how I'm going. But I'm just going to write this in here for a change. Last thing I need to do with my regular things, so I always write these out, you guys know that, with my footy stuff in it. I can't use this, well I can, but this sheet of paper just doesn't quite fit with this kind of theme. So I'm just going into the, this is the, oh I've forgotten what the range is called, Life is for Questions range, and I'm just trying to find, I don't want to use that bit. Just trying to find something that sort of fits. Might have to. I always try and use the lined bit because I'm really bad at writing in straight lines. I was going to use that bit. Actually, I'm going to give it a shot this week. Let's see how we go. So I'm just going to grab this bit here, if I can get it out of the book. There we go. So all I do with these, in case I've never made these on camera, because I don't think I have, I'd always just get a piece of the B5 paper and just cut it in half. And I just do that based on the Kikki.k logo. I basically just split it in half the best I can. So let's see if we can do this reasonably straight. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be back in just a sec. There we go, that's what it looks like once it's done. I think I'm going, last week I just left it as just a flipper. I don't think I want to do that this week. But I also really don't want to put it as in an envelope, so I don't want to cover stuff up. I think I might just do it as a flipper. It's just a little easier. just going to line that up where I want it. It does, the colours at least fit into the way that I'm doing this, so that's good. So I'm just going to mark where I want my holes and just punch that out. And then the last thing I'm going to put in here is the dragons, which I think I'm going to put here. It's actually not going to be the last thing. I am going to put something else in here. So I'm going to put them off to the side there. So I'm just sticking them down too. I think they actually look really cool there. So the last thing, I'm just going to try something or check something. So I'm just going into the Christmas Paper Lovers book. Of all of them, this is the one I choose. I know, it's funny. What I was kind of thinking of doing, which I can't really do now because I've used the silver, because this has got rose gold in it, what I was thinking of doing was doing like a little countdown, but I don't think I can now. I think I've used the silver and that's not going to fit with the rose gold. No, I think I'm going to leave it. I think I'm going to leave it. So I think I'll leave it just like that. I like the dragons. In fact, hold on, one more. I knew I would. I'm actually going to just grab another one of these dragons. But I'm just going to cut them out individually instead of as a group. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that reasonably quickly. Best I can. If I mess it up, I've still got plenty of others. Do those two. I think the other ones are a little small. I'm just going to run them through my sticker maker. Just they're a bit fiddly, so I don't want to tear them. Give them a bit of a rub. I'm still amazed at how many stickers this sticker paper makes. I haven't had to buy a new one yet, which I'm just very surprised about. So just because I feel like it's missing something down the bottom here, I'm just going to stick these dragons over here. There we go. That looks better. If I wanted to be really clever, I'd draw some fire, but I'm not that good of a drawer. So I'm going to leave it just like that. Very, very simple. You can tell it's a Game of Thrones theme when you look at it, but it's not so overpowering that you're like, oh my god, there's just too much. So let me know what you think of this one, guys. Is it too simple? Is it Game of Thronesy enough? Let me know. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on it, and let me know too what you think is going to happen on Game of Thrones if you're a Game of Thrones fan, because I'm a little obsessed. Books, TV shows only. I'm only sort of halfway through the book, so don't spoil it for me, please. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you get my weekly decorations every single week. You don't have to worry about them. They will arrive straight to your inbox. If you did like this video, if you did like this idea, please give it a thumbs up. You can follow me now on Facebook, Snapchat, and on Instagram. I will link all those accounts down below. And I hope you guys have a really good week, and I'll see you really soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.